Yes, it has been a very challenging few weeks, and I think HR departments, I'm sure they've already stepped up to the mark, but I think it has been a challenge. It has been an enormous challenge, and I think for me, it's also been a great learning opportunity because you're having to respond to all the different queries that are coming through, the board decisions, and making sure that they're implemented in a way that is empathetic, um, and also taking on board why we're doing these measures. And we have taken on some measures to actually try to help protect jobs, obviously keep the sustainability of the firm going, while we are looking at the pipeline of work that's coming through. And we have, in the last few weeks, we have furloughed some of our business services and some of our secretarial staff. So that was a challenge themselves, particularly in terms of the selection. There wasn't a great deal of time to do that. But I think we got people on board. You've always got the survivors as well, the secretaries, and they've been working. We've got 12 of them working together very collaboratively, and they're having team meetings with one of our, my HR manager. So, and then we've also all taken a pay cut right across the firm, from equity partners down. We've had different thresholds depending on the salary that people are on. There have been some challenges. Most people were abiding by our values of collaboration and accepting. We've had a few challenges from some litigators, which probably isn't entirely unexpected. So we've been working through those at the moment. But I think one of the major issues that I have found is, how can I put it? We did quite a bit of work around working from home just before the lockdown happened. We got some really good communication out, and that was very, very receptive. But from an HR perspective now, I think we need to now start focusing on the well-being, be it financial, mental well-being, and also making sure that people are still developing their careers. So the next phase for me will be looking at the whole wellbeing piece, more of the development piece, and also learning and development to make sure that we're still on track with that. I think one of the good things that we have done, and many, many other organisations have done this as well, is having your equivalent of chief executive doing broadcast messages, if not on a weekly basis, certainly every 2 weeks, State of the Nation. I think that sort of can help with any of the change initiatives that one has done, and certainly it helped in setting the message for the furloughing and the pay reduction as well. So I think it goes back to the points made. Communication's so important. It needs to continue right through this process. And I think more so now with the lockdown happening, continuing, that we need to keep, abreast of the way that people are feeling. I think team meetings have been fantastic, although probably very exhausting because you're having a number of those sub-team meetings, but it's a way of connecting in with people, and certainly the feedback we've received is that people are responding to those very well. But like with every law firm and every organisation, it's very important that we keep the pipeline of work continuing, that we keep the clients engaged, and in terms of the BD type activities, people, our lawyers have been contacting their clients. There's obviously been some social media. We've, like with many other firms, obviously sending out information to clients as well. But I think it goes back to a point that someone raised in one of your sessions before, Richard, is that we don't want to be too bombarded with information. It's picking up the phone, engaging with people, and maybe getting back to some basics that we seem to have lost with the age of emails and texting and and things like that, because I think after all we are humans, and it's really, really important that we keep the conversations going. So I think it's been an interesting challenge. I think one of the things I'm recognizing is that people who've got very, very strong affiliation needs, who are very sociable, are finding it much more difficult than perhaps people who are more self-contained. I'm not saying if you're looking at extroversion and introversion, I think those are some of the things that will evolve in terms of personality types as the lockdown still continues. And I think from an HR perspective, we need to just be conscious of people who perhaps have greater need to socialize or interact with people. And I think hopefully through some of the development initiatives and continuing initiatives that we've launched recently, we can sort of help those people.